Hello everybody, welcome! My name is Ryan and today we have something rather special for you. Well, every day is a special day, but today is an equally and more impressively special day because we are playing with a slightly different game setup to usual. You may notice we're playing Tokugawa, everyone's favourite, channel favourite, builder of masterful, amazing districts and cities, because we're playing with a mod that makes cities a little bit more complicated. It really uses districts and expands them into something much, much cooler. This mod is called Project Metropolis. Now, it says that it is inspired a little bit by humankind, but essentially, and we'll go through this as we go through the playthrough generally, what it does is it adds minor districts into the game that goes alongside the major districts. They all have their own buildings, they all synergize, and certain things have been rebalanced slightly. There is a new strategic resource in steel. Housing is a lot more difficult to get, you have to build it, and what we'll find is that our cities, well, they tend to get a little bit more sprawly, hence Tokugawa. Tokugawa is always fun, but Japan is always really good when you can make hyper cities, and that's exactly what we'll be doing today. As usual, all of the user interface mods that I ever use are all on Discord if you want them, as well as the save file for this game and the gameplay mod that you'll need, although in this particular case, it's this one. This is the only mod I'm running. Deity difficulty, standard speed, 8-player game, continents and islands. This is the setup if you want to replicate it without the save file. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get cracking. But before we get started today, this is Ursabear. Ursabear was expelled from Oxford University's Civ 6 program. Sad, alone, scared, Ursabear made his way to the fabled Promised Land, the University of Sankor. But unfortunately, the vampire, Lord Sucklington, refused to let Ursabear attend without 50,000 signatures on his application to enroll. So Ursabear travelled. Whilst looking for subscribers, Ursabear was trapped by crabs, and the evil Crustus the Enraged. All seemed lost. Ursabear would go no further. He had failed. But then, to the east, they arrived. The early bears. Freeing Ursabear from crabtivity, the early horde marched straight to the University of Sankor, screeching, "Huzzah!" at the doors till Lord Sucklington had no option but to let Ursabear in. He had done it. With the early bears' help, he had enrolled. Thank you, everyone. You really do make dreams come true. Now, all Ursabear has to do is pass his first year, but I'm sure that'll be fine. Right? It's turn 1, and the thing that I like about this start is just how ridiculously bland it is. There is not a luxury in sight. We are on top of the marsh that'll get removed as soon as we settle, and we have a bunch of plains hills which add nothing to a city centre. I actually don't mind that at all. One of the fun things about this mod is you kind of make your own cities and you make your own luck. So for instance, if I build a campus and then I put a research quarter next to it, the campus gets a little bit better. Let's not worry about the specifics too much right now. I'll show you that as we go. But it means we've got to make our own luck. And okay, there is some pearls. There's a floodplain behind me, but I do kind of like this start a little bit. The only thing that I do want to know is whether or not settling on this tile will be better than the marsh, but looking at this, I have a decent chunk of land available to me. In the lack of any other better information, I think settling in place might be the option for me. If I was willing to take a gamble, I'd move to the tile below me, but we'll go for this today. Looks like that actually might be the coast anyway. There is some jade here, so we do have one luxury. Nothing too bad though. Right, the thing you need to know is that there is a quarter for every single major district in the game. So for instance, there is a fishery quarter for the harbour, research quarter for the campus, a prayer quarter for the holy site, a maker's quarter for the industrial zone, and so on and so forth. Popping them down and around will improve the quarter in question. So for instance, a holy site has all the usual rules for Japan, but a prayer quarter, well, this gives a little bit of housing. It has a very similar way of getting adjacencies, but it also gives adjacency to the holy sites as well. So you kind of want to specialize cities around a little bit more. And because of that, I kind of want to make sure that we have a lot of harbors, that and fishing quarters as well. This will give me lots of housing, lots of space to grow out into the sea. Farming quarters are quite useful as well. I need to know more about the land right now. Let's go for scout. Hey, let's just send out some cat scouts. That's always the best idea. And you know what? I think in this particular instance, I'm going to research and beeline the campuses. I don't normally tend to do this one, but I feel like going for big, juicy campus districts might help me quite a bit today. Now, one thing I'm not entirely certain is whether or not it's just the major districts that apply to Tokugawa's ability, whether it's all of them, but we'll find that out in a little bit. Mittler. Oh, wow. Actually, okay, right. So going for campuses is a good idea. We have first meet on Mittler. Fantastic. Scientific Japan. This is a continents and islands map, by the way, so I don't know how many people are going to be on my continent. We might have 2, we might have 3, we might have 4. We'll just work it out. Oh, look, a farmer's quarter is under construction in Mittler. It's actually a decent way of making use of useless desert tiles. It's all going to be about adjacency today. Really, really heavily on adjacency. We want to make sure that we have everything planned out. Lots of pins. Gee, do the pins exist for the quarters? Oh, they do. We've got all kinds of things. Okay, that's good. For a second, I was like, what are we going to do? Savia! Oh, yay! I love having a neighbor that promotes the exchange of dramatic and rising levels of horsemen. I'm sure I'll be fine. Okay, they're quite far to the north, and Mittler's in the way. Mittler will kind of act as a barometer. At least it gives me the writing boost. That's decent. What's below me? No reefs. That's a bit of a shame. I did kind of want to see at least one reef. We go straight for a settler. I think I might be a greedy settler boy today. I mean, annoyingly, Mittler is close enough so that I can't actually put another city there, but I could put one on the lake. Yeah, let's just burn a settler immediately. Let's really spread out on the map. I've gotten out of the habit of going straight for the early game settler. Lake Redpa. Okay, 2 culture, 2 gold, 1 production, does not provide freshwater, astrology boost. Interesting. That's a decent settle. We'll see if Savia comes and beelines it. Let's settle next to it, actually. Not a bad idea. Then it would give me access to the jade very quickly. Muscat has been met by Savia first. No worries. Okay, I'm going to bring my warrior back around the north and bring them back in order to meet up with my settler whilst my scout does all of the exploring in this direction. That's the bottom of the map. Interesting. Okay. So we're kind of in the southern hemisphere here. A barb camp has appeared right by where I was going to settle. Lovely. Savia has a rainforest start with bananas. A little worrying. That means their population's going to grow pretty quickly, and it looks like they're building a lot of quarters as well. I'm interested to see how the AI responds and plays with this mod. Feels like quite a complicated mod, so either it'll play really well with it or it won't. I have a lot of hope. I think it should be fine if we're lucky to have a go with the tribal village and a boost towards early empire. It's not really what I want, considering I'm going for 2 settlers, but never mind. Beeline the trader immediately. Obviously, we are still playing as Tokugawa, so the more districts we have, the better the trade routes are. And there's writing. Done. Go straight to animal husbandry. Find a source of le horse. Okay, Mittler's going to help me with this barb camp. Amazing. Oh, barb quadrireme and another encampment there. Lovely. It's just what I wanted to see. Go on, make an attack. Attack it. You know you want to. Yeah, that leaves it pretty weak. Should be able to get the kill here. Nope. Oh, that's annoying. Never mind. Okay, Mittler will probably get the kill now. Go on, get the kill. You know you want to. Yeah, damn. Okay, at least the barb's dead, but that is slightly frustrating. Okay, the land actually ends here. So I'm hoping we can claim all of this southern aspect to the island, as long as we can pin and stop Savia from coming too far south, wherever horse is. How strong was the Savian horse start? This is always the thing. Okay, I've got some just to my north. Amazing. And yeah, they got loads. There's loads of it. So we should expect horses in vast quantities. Let's get sailing next. Maybe I'll put some fishers' quarters down. So if I put a campus tile, I don't know if the mod has updated all of these yet properly. If I put a campus tile there, and then I put a research quarter there, yes, it does give the Japanese adjacencies. That's really cool. We do want to focus on getting a campus down fairly quickly. Hanging Gardens, turn 27. Tamaris, yeah, really does have a powerful rainforest start, and they're throwing walls up immediately. So any idea of going for a bit of an early game rush? That's not a good idea at all. Bit of era score, but more importantly, a second city. Kyoto! I wouldn't work that tile immediately. That feels like a bad idea to me. Go for that tile. Make sure you actually grow. Just a touch, just a small amount. Get a builder out first. Could probably do with a couple of builders actually thinking about it. Now on to mining. I'd like to remove this wood if I can as quickly as possible. Mogadishu, my lord. I think harbors are definitely the way to go. Yeah, the more I think about it, with 3 city-states all trade around me. Yeah, that's pretty big. Also being friends with Savia. That is increasingly becoming quite important to me. She won't accept a delegation right now, but if we just treat her nicely, hopefully she'll be pretty chill because she's backstab averse. So as long as we can avoid surprise warring and make friends with her in the first place, she should be a pretty loyal ally. This, oh, foreign trade. Amazing. We can get that trade route out now quickly. 180 gold for that. Oh, that's expensive. Can I just get the gold up front? No, I can't. Stonehenge is also built already. Oh, I think Savia just lost like 2 population. Yeah, they did. That's a big one. I mean, Deity with that much extra resource is always going to be a bit scary later in the game, but for now that's pretty horrible. The first campus is done. Okay, no, the quarters don't get the bonus from Japan. The quarters themselves don't, but the districts do. It is going to be a little bit complicated to get our heads around, but we'll get there. Lahore. Maybe we'll see Savia with Liang, like Rush. What am I calling them? Nihang. I might have completely completely want there. Gone. It's gone. Earth has lost all cognitive function. Here is the aforementioned harbour. Vilnius, who has met Australia. Ah, interesting. We might have a friend down under. Pantheon Time. All of the obvious ones are gone. So what are the non-obvious ones that I could get? Divine Spark to get me some more scientist points. That's not a bad idea, considering I do kind of want to rush science a little bit here. I could just pick up a library nice and quickly. We have at least one pasture, quite a few mines on luxury resources, so I could get faith from those, but that's not the biggest bonus, to be fair. Oh, the tiles. Breathtaking? I could get quite a lot of faith, actually, but if I'm going to be building production, maybe that's not the best idea in the long run. God of the Sea for fishing boats. That's not bad. I think I might actually go for a bit of a channel favorite, and I might go for God of the Craftsman here. One production and one faith on horses. I don't have many horses, so it wouldn't give me a huge amount thinking about it. Now I'm going to go Divine Spark, not for the great profit points. Today I'm doing it for the library points, but that I think will all generate nicely for me. Just saving up for a bit of a library. I should be able to buy that pretty soon, actually. I've got a good assortment of luxuries. Lots of stuff to upgrade. Now I could try and go for a Dark Age, but I'm not too fussed about that one because I'm not going to really look to build many holy sites today. Too many things to do. So I'll go and try and meet Curtain. If I get a Dark Age, that's fine. Doesn't really matter. Pyramids built as well. Atamananki is built. AI's going pretty crazy. Here is Curtain. Hello, Curtain. Wanted to meet you. Are you going to be my friend? Might do, actually. Send you a delegation immediately. Maybe Curtain will be my friend. I can't guarantee it, but maybe. Here is a mine. Wheel boosted. And some jade to sell, which I could get for a library pretty quickly. Which I will do that because I've got a second copy to pick up next turn. Excellent. Well, there's a research quarter being built. Looks like, okay, yep. Australia's also going pretty heavy on the old science. That's, to be expected. And here's my second jade. What are we going to do for the normal age? For inquiry, still, as usual, 1 era score every time I get a Eureka. That tends to add up very quickly, so we'll take that. Australia's done this well. Look at this. Research quarter between two campuses. Oh, yeah. Australia's going to have some big science by the end of this game. We're going to have to really push out fast. Speaking of, let's get our first research quarter down. So this just gives me 1 science for existing. It also gives campus districts 1 science for each additional research quarter. It has usual adjacencies on mountains. So this thing should have +2. And my campus will go from +1 to +3. So this will make a big difference. They're selling a little bit of resource. So, I can just 1 gold per turn, please. Thank you. There is my library, which means I'm getting a little bit of extra science from Mittler, but also the extra great scientist point from my Pantheon. Amazing. Just made a farm on a bonus resource to get the irrigation boost. There's a pasture to get the horseback riding boost. We're getting as many boosts as we can. First governor, it's got to be Pingala in Tokyo. We're going this hard on science. We just need to really go that hard on science. And research quarter will be finished. I'm going from 9.9 science per turn to a whopping 13.9. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. So this is where the Japanese bonus will really start to push out now. I might get a farmer's quarter on this tile because there's a bunch of farms that I could put around it. And this is a plains floodplain. It's not quite as good as a grassland floodplain. Can you get grassland floodplain? I forget. Probably not. But there is adjacency there from the adjacent pasture. Anyone buying horses? I know certain somebody's buying horses. It's always a bit scary. Don't need to give you more horses at all. Bam. Celestial navigation. Amazing. Get the harbour down now. Districts are so expensive. Has it actually made districts more expensive? I wonder if it has, We'll definitely lean into the benefit of Deity. They are probably likely to build this sort of stuff way more. Johannesburg. Connoisseur. So, yep, my culture's gone from 6.7 to 12.5. And then we'll dip into political philosophy as quickly as we can. Man, loads of people on this continent. Loads of people. Not much space. But that's fine. We don't need the space. Who needs space? Really? Not when you're Japan. Everything just goes very close to each other. I could actually have traded open borders there with Savia. Right, this is the point of the game where we can actually make some decent friends. Come on, open border switch. Done. She likes me +2. I'll give open borders to Curtain. Yep, okay. Go on, everyone. Be friends with me. Be friends with old Japan. I don't want to have to fight any of you. Oh no, the flood took out my campus and my library. That's really annoying because I was actually quite close to getting this scientist. Don't do this to me. But you'll be able to see trade routes are looking a little bit different now. I lose 25% of them, but you get food from routes, science from routes, gold from routes, just based on different districts. So trading will be a little bit different. I still want to do internal routes because I'm still playing Tokugawa, up. But be aware that things are not going to be quite as they were. Hello, Kublai. Would you like some mercury? Oh, I tell you what, Australia would love some. Here, go on, man. Delegation. Open borders. Everyone be my friend. Australia just picked up a religion with divine inspiration. Anyone else I know that has one? Mongolia has warrior monks. Yep, whoever has feed the world is not on my continent. That's always slightly annoying. Right, there's a little bit of extra science, culture, production here. Kyoto trading with Tokyo now. Amazing to see. I'm gonna make a maker's quarter in Kyoto. Now, this thing gives 2 extra production if it's on a hill, which it is, and it gets extra adjacency from this mine. I'm gonna build another one here in this city. I just want my cities to have a little bit of production because they don't. And this is a way of getting production without actually using any citizens. That means hopefully I can spam some settlers out. That's the big one. I've got no settlers at the moment. Classical Republic. More great people points. Urban planning. We'll go diplomatic league, charismatic leader, and 2 gold per turn. For now, that's probably fine. Oh, this is the scientist I wanted. This is the scientist I wanted. Let's get mysticism as quickly as we can. I want a 3 library. I want my libraries to be better. It's a bit fiddly, but there is a fidget spinner over here. Now, fidget spinners are when you take 3 cities and you have them in a bit of a triangle like this. The idea is that then you plonk down some aqueducts that all feed into the center. A bit like that. That's a grassland floodplains. I don't think I'll be able to put a dam there. No, I won't. It's the wrong sort of tile, but never mind. Then what you do is you industrial zone all around them. Now, this will be a really, really good setup for me because then I can put my government plaza in the middle and create my settler hub there. That's where I'm going to put my Magnus city. God, that Maker's Quarter has 5 production on it. That's really cool. Okay, your production is looking really, really nice now. There's the extra scientist point. I have another Maker's Quarter being put here because it's next to a mine, and also it gets adjacency from, well, actually gives adjacency, I should say, to the harbor. I've got a farmer's quarter over here to work off the wheat, and I'm going to put another farmer's quarter there. It's going to be a lot of fun stuff. You know what? So far, I'm enjoying city planning. I do need to pump some more settlers out. That is something I do need to think about. But hey, with a little bit more production, suddenly Tokyo is looking like it can actually do some stuff, which is positive. Kyoto, I'm going to put a mine down on this town, not because it's going to stay as a mine, but because it gives a little bit of extra production to both cities, because these maker districts get extra adjacency from mines. It's all coming together, and there's some iron over there. That's a little bit annoying. That's very much something that I would have liked to have replaced, but never mind. Now, the fun thing is, later into the game, when we get to civil engineering, builders and military engineers can actually demolish quarters, so we can reformat our cities later into the game. It's just regular districts are the big ones. I have Sahara. Oh, cool. Nice to see you. It's well worth noting that it's quite a late point in the game where we can actually change things around, so we can't be too blasé about where we put stuff down. The scientist that I wanted has gone through, which is a little bit annoying. 3 classical or medieval techs. I'm actually going to pass and try and go for the next one. This one, yeah. Celestial navigation, mathematics, engineering. You can normally beeline that one, do some really cool stuff. So there's engineering. Celestial navigation we've already got. Mathematics. Yep, we got some proper tech out of that. I think that's a good thing to do. Savia has a warrior and battering ram. Interesting. You actually going to attack me, or are you just wandering this stuff around? We'll keep an eye on it. Harbor, though, has been completed. Excellent. It's a good chunk of extra gold and means we can now get a lighthouse for some more food on these 2 fishery tiles. Speaking of, the Fisher's Quarter. Harbor districts gain adjacent food from each adjacent one. That's cool in itself. What buildings do this have? Fisherman's Wharf? No, that's a little bit later. Oh, no, it's the seafood market. All fishing boats in the city receive 1 culture and 2 gold. Oh, that's something I want to do. All right, cool. There's loads of fun things here. Now, they backed off. I think they changed their mind, like, right at the last minute that they saw my single warrior and they were like, oh, no, we can't take the heat. Can't take that heat. And look, my trade is getting better and better. Good old Japan. Oh, Mittler's just being killed. Oh, Savia, don't do that. No. It's just me that has an interest in Mittler. Like, don't do this to me. Mittler is actually building an army, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. I mean, I probably should intervene here, but I'm going to generate a lot of grief if I do. 1, 2 friendships. I think Savio dislikes both of these people. You know what? Oh, if I was suzerain with Mittler, I'd be able to generate a Corsus Belli here. And then Australia would love me. I'm actually going to wait a turn, see if we can do that. I just managed to crank out another settler. That's awesome. Okay, yep, 2 envoys. Mittler gives me growth rate in cities with a campus. And I'm going to immediately denounce. Yep. I can't do a protectorate war because it's in defensive tactics, isn't it? Fine. Curtain, do you want to go in? Yeah, you do. Cut. Curtain will help me. Curtain's always up for a war. And actually, I've managed to push them back a little bit here. That's amazing. Right, I'm going to stand on their land. I'm going to actually block this out. And we're going to have to make a bit of an army now, aren't we? Whilst my settlers very dangerously move out by themselves. I'm sure that won't go wrong. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, they do have more reinforcements. But as long as Mittler actually just keeps himself a little bit safe, maybe we can help here? Maybe not. Maybe we're going to die immediately, and maybe this is just a terrible idea. We'll never know unless we try. Australia might pull some of their units away, though. Yeah, they're just going to attack me. I lose my warrior, but I have bought Mittler just like a turn there. Sometimes that's all Mittler needs, is a turn. Oh, interesting. I can't build an archer because it doesn't have a garrison in the city. All right, let's pop a garrison down then. Then we'll make some archers. That could be fun. Yeah, there's a lot to explore and, discover with this mod, and that's quite fun. Oh, don't call me lazy and unproduct where, like Australia, I'm busy here defending Mittler's honor. Mittler keeps throwing their warriors into Scythian troops, and all that's doing right now is healing them. So could you not? Could we just not do that? That would be really good. City number 3, though. I've even got a trader ready to rock. Okay, yeah, we've definitely thrown a spanner in the works on this attack. Like, I'm not really doing anything, but I've stopped Scythia from just attacking and killing here, and it just gives me time to generate a couple of archers. Like, this has worked. And look at this route. Suddenly my routes to Tokyo were already doing pretty cool, so Nagoya can get going pretty quickly. We can work on this iron nice and fast. Oh, lovely. Their warriors are so tough because they're Scythian, and Scythian stuff is generally very difficult to kill, but now I have a swordsman, and that helps significantly. Oh, Mittler just made itself a man-at-arms. Yeah, I think you missed your opportunity there, Scythia. I really do. And I've got natural philosophy now, and I've just built myself another beautiful district, which makes my campus +6 now. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, suddenly, I'm liking this. Liking this a lot. Let's just go and buy some luxuries so I can sell my own luxury, and Australia is keeping me afloat by buying all my Diplo favor as is usual. Pingala comes in with a researcher, which means now my science is up to the lofty heights of 47. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. And I think Mittler's pretty safe. Like, it's not the safest. It's still in danger, but it should be a little safer than it was. Oh yeah, Mittler's doing fine. They're so strong now. Back off, Scythia. Goodbye. Another research quarter, and suddenly this campus is up to +8. I'm almost regretting putting down a farmer's quarter. In fact, actually, these synergize with Tokugawa so much that I might as well just put the campus in the middle of like an open field, and they will still give me huge campus yield. I mean, yeah, that's mad. City number 4, next to a smoking mountain and on top of some iron. Scythia's got like a 15 population city. It's absolutely crazy. They have really, really weak cities as well. It is kind of, now that Mittler's got this huge army, it's making me very tempted to go after it. Like, what if I just borrowed all of this strength, you know? Like, what if I just went in and liberated all of Scythia's cities? Would that be such a problem? Would anyone actually be, like, annoyed by that? I don't know about that. I think it'll be fine. I'm unlikely to be strong enough for this, to be fair. It's not high up my list of things to do. A piece, 16 gold. Let's just see how it goes, eh? Let's just see how it goes. Oh, my archers are going to get attacked, so probably won't go well. My trade route back to Tokyo. Oh, yeah, 5 science now. It's looking pretty cool. Medieval era. Okay, so apprenticeship is now done. That's amazing. Kind of what we want to be focusing on now. Everyone's in a golden age. This is a terrible time to attack. You know what? Like, I kind of want to focus on simming for a little bit. I feel like Mittler's safe. We're going to launch a huge attack right now. Instead, we'll go for inquiry again, and we will see now genuinely if we can get to a golden age next era. Industrial zone time. I would like less grievances, please, and I think it would be great if we had double scientist points, but I mean, voting wise, I don't really have many points. I keep selling all my stuff. Double scientist, Curtain gets more grievances. Can I help you? No. Did you just burn my crabs? Oh no, the hurricane has burnt the crabs. Quick, we must sacrifice. We must make a sacrifice. Defensive tactics. Where does the hurricane go? Did it kill anything else? It did not. That's good. As you can see, we've got some huge industrial zones. And basically what I'm learning to do is put a district down and then put its relevant district in a circle around it. Probably not exactly how this should work, but it's how I feel it's working well right now. Staying out of wars, kind of just selling everything I can, making more makers quarters. These makers quarters are absolutely rubbish on flat land. land. They're really not doing much. What they do is give more adjacency to the industrial zones, and that's the major thing. Next up, Magnus. Actually, which city has the most production? Kyoto's got a decent chunk of production. Okayama, I think, is going to really push through very quickly. So yeah, Magnus, we need to start spitting settlers out. 6 settlers, 6 settlers, 6 settlers. Everyone's on 6, I'm on 4. We're not far behind, but we're not also ahead. And that's kind of the major thing. Production. This is such an Ursa way of playing. It's like use production to make production to use that to make more production. At some point, I'll realize that all my production has only ever gone into production, and because of that, I have no production. But if I keep saying production enough, I'll feel better. This is where Japan starts getting crazy era score, because we're going to build tons of districts that are all spectacularly appealing and wonderful in every way. That industrial zone was worth +5. You can see Tokyo's now up to 34 production. Okayama is up to 15. This is, as I say, going to be my Magnus hub, but what I'm doing is I'm just working a lot of makers districts, because these things give production without me actually having to work them, as I've mentioned before. It's very handy setting up this fidget spinner to be as good as physically possible. Feels weird to be playing Tokugawa but not rushing like trade districts as the #1 priority. Maybe I should do that a little bit more. But Okayama is going to be the place I send the traders to, not Tokyo. But actually, to that extent, I could even University of Sankora in this city. I mean, it's unlikely that I'll get there in time, but I could. That's actually quite tempting. All right, I can leave that with me. Leave that crazy thought with me. Maybe. Second industrial zone. Finished. This is a big one, actually. Yep, another +6. Amazing. This one mine is giving so much adjacency to all of the districts around it. Oh, I love this. This setup is so fun. It's so ridiculously pointless, but it's also so fun. Let's actually get a harbor out now. More traders is always good as Tokugawa. But watch this. Watch this. 19 production in Okayama. I'm going to put the mine down, give 2 more to that tile, but also +1 to each of these as well. So we've actually gained 4 production from a single mine. Amazing. Oh, Great Admiral. Lovely. My first boat. It'll give me a quadrireme, which I'm going to use. Perfect. Go and find me some land. Go find me the world. That's a big eruption. Where was that? Oh, I just built all this. Come on. Actually, that's fine. Only one thing broke. We can fix that pretty quick. Just don't explode again, all right? I'm watching you. Another luxury. Another bunch of gold. Civil service. Don't know why I'm so excited about that one. Research alliance with Curtin. And I reckon we'll go for an economic alliance with Kublai. These seem to be relevantly amazing things. Perfect. We have an industrial zone now being built in 2 separate cities, which is brilliant. And after that, get the aqueducts finished, please. I just want to lock these in so that nature or whatever can't just blow them up, which it will be very tempted to do, I'm sure. Then let's go grants with Pingala, because the workshop's almost finished there. Workshop in Tokyo is finished. Just build more quarters, I reckon. Fisher's Quarter. Oh, it's like an extra dock. I love it. It's so cool. It should give extra food to my harbor as well. I think every single tile in the city is just going to be endless districts. Population is almost irrelevant, which is why Scythia's 16 population city is so crazy. They're on 49 pop to my 22. That's not good. But I'm only 6 techs behind Australia and they're in the lead. And I'm taking a major beeline away right now. Like a major beeline away from anything to do with science. Like, its turn 100 has been and gone. I'm only on 70. I kind of got to like a nice amount and then I left it. I didn't bother going back, which I probably should have done. Yeah, look at that. I'm actually getting rid of tiles that I can even work. Although this will force me to make specialists, right? And actually work specialists, which wouldn't be the worst thing. What is a specialist worth? I wish there was an easier way of seeing 2 science. I mean, this is the sort of thing that actually works really well. Yeah, all right, let's just keep making quarters. I'm just gonna pave over every tile. What could go wrong? Let's find out. Let's find out what could go wrong. I'm sure there's a reason you shouldn't do this. Seafood market, culture and gold to all fishing boats in the city. Lovely. House of Scribes, this gives me +1 science and +3% science in the city. It doesn't seem great. Maybe it will be. Maybe it'll be better than you think. Well, actually, there's something we can work here. Gives me engineering points. I keep forgetting I can do that. Seems like I want to be working specialists there anyway. Specialists are going to be really important in cities. Like, I'm just not used to working specialists at all. They're rubbish. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not rubbish after all. I can see this mod combined with wide and tall being a bit ridiculous. I'm finding myself sitting living in the same place, just building my cities up and up and up and up and up, and that's quite a lot of fun. Now, how many specialists have I got working these districts? Oh, I've actually got one make. Have I only got one maker's studio in the city? No, I've got more than one. I would only give the specialist to one. Right, okay. That makes sense. It's like a neighborhood building. You only put one per city, regardless of how many neighborhoods you have. That makes sense. Minatori, 173 science per turn. Hello. All right, that's quite a lot. You're not the tech leader, though. How are you not the tech leader? What's going on? I should be worried. I should be more worried than I feel I currently am. Doesn't want any of my horses or iron. All right, fine. Be that way. That's not nice. That's my Sancor territory. Not appreciating that. Not appreciating that at all. Where is the ancestral hall? Yes, we're on to 39 production in this city now. The industrial zone is up and running. Here's a workshop. Make it even better. Industrialization is boosted now. Oh, we've got so much industry. Like, I know our science is lagging behind a little bit, but I've got plans for that. And right now it doesn't matter. One thing I am realizing as I go through this mod is I think my cities need more space. Fidget spinner works really well, but I don't need it when I can just pack districts down like this. So I'm changing my mind on where I'm going to settle and the best places to settle. My eyes are now going out to sea. I reckon we can find something fun. We can get out there, I believe. Food manufacturing. All farmers' quarters in a city earn 4 gold and 20% extra food in a city. Oh, and then citizen slots that have you... Okay, now this is where I think having one of everything down is going to become really handy. Get these buildings down. They all stack up. They're all very good. Watchtower is quite a fun one as well. Now this gives +1 attack range to all ancient and Renaissance units occupying a garrison quarter. So archers and crossbows will be able to hit 3 tiles away. That's really handy. And now Okayama is the city that all of my trade routes are going to start going because Magnus is there. We are building lots of fun districts like the government plaza. I think this is the place to go. This is the place to be. Everyone's happy to be here. Probably. They're probably not, let's be honest. But we'll claim they are. One positive is that Scythia is losing loyalty on this city to the north of me, and they're in a golden age, and I'm in a normal age, which means, hopefully, fingers crossed, we should be able to steal it pretty easily. That would be very cool if we could do that. Okayama now has the ancestral hall. Excellent stuff. Okay, gonna take urban planning out and pop in colonization, as well as, retainers is good, but I'm gonna put serfdom in. Am I gonna do that? No, builder charges really aren't very useful in this. No, let's stay ecstatic. I am right on the ecstatic limit. Do you see, like +5, +5, +6, +5. Yeah, so if I took retainers out, I'd lose 10% in most of my cities. So no, we can't do that. We can't do that. No. Oh, the city's good. Look at that. It's a +7. Industrial zones are kicking out Fury. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy Zursa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Sharky Bates, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Burbs, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Mr. Awesome, Frankincense Battlezord, Sleepy Lab, Bookaluk 79, The Nickerman, Bob Loblaw, Davalex, Geography Teacher. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!